Hello again, friends. Welcome to your Tuesday edition of Daily Dub. I'm actually recording this Monday night. It is just after Monday Night Raw. This week, you're going to get some pre-recorded today and Thursday. Wednesday, you'll get the trailer as normal. But I have a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, a very important meeting in Boston. A big quarterly meeting. And so I'm going to be pretty unavailable for most anything over the next few days. But I wanted to make sure to keep these coming at least for this week. And so we'll do a couple pre-recorded. This episode, we're going to talk about wrestling, and specifically my thoughts on Wrestlemania 35 and then the Raw after WrestleMania, which is always an eventful show and kind of sets the stage for the new season, so to speak, of WWE. And I know the SmackDown after WrestleMania is important now too, but maybe that'll be for Thursday. So kind of what I wanted to do is go through all the matches in Mania and just give like one thought, and then I'll kind of talk overarching about everything. So first thought, the Tony Nese wins Cruiserweight title. I don't watch 205 Live. Honestly, I don't care. I think they put on pretty good matches, but it's just there's too much wrestling as it is, and that's not for me. Carmella won the Women's Battle Royal. That surprised me a little bit, but she does get pushed quite a bit. I liked it that they pushed Sarah Logan. It looked like Sarah Logan was going to win, but it was like the exact same ending as last week or last year, where it looked like Bayley won, Naomi throw her out. I wish I'd get a little more creative. But, you know, Carmella's entertaining. Very happy that Zack Ryder and Hawkins won the tag team titles, the Raw tag team titles. Love those guys. I love when they do Figure It Out on the WWE's channel. I love the Major Wrestling Action Figures podcast and their YouTube channel where they do unboxings. They're great. I just really, really, really enjoy those guys. So I'm happy for them. It was cool to see Hawkins in the losing streak, so I like that. Strowman's wins the Men's Battle Royal. They don't know what to do with him. I mean, why is he not the world champion? I don't know. They had him so hot a year ago, and they buried him. So, I don't know. I'm disappointed in that. He needs to be the champion, in my opinion. Alexa Bliss comes out and intros Hulk Hogan. I thought it was wonderful. Obviously, I'm a Hogan fan from long ago as a little boy. I hope that he has apologized and talked to people the way that he should about some of his issues. It looks like from a Big E post that maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. I don't know. Hopefully, he's doing the things he needs to do. But it was nice to see him. Then, formal card, Rollins beats Lesnar, not surprising, kind of a non-match. We know Lesnar's leaving, going back to the UFC, supposedly going to fight Cormier, I think, for the heavyweight title. So he'll be gone for a while, I believe. A normal Lesnar match, it's just what it is. AJ Styles beats Orton. I thought that was one of the better matches of the night. A normal Orton match, it's slow and kind of plodding. But well done. I think AJ is going to start wrestling a lighter schedule. I think that's why he's not kind of in the title picture. It's my understanding, at least. Usos kept their tag titles. I don't really care much about that. Those are a bunch of mishmash tag teams. So I'm not sure what they're doing with that. Usos are the face. That's an easy one. The Shane Miz match, I didn't like it as much as a lot of people did. I know Drew didn't either. It was fine. The stuff with Miz's dad was silly, but not very good. There was elements that were slow. The big thing I had with it was they do the big superplex spot, and that's all cool and all, but the camera angle was awful. It showed you that they landed on incredibly thick foam. And I know we all know that, but man, some of the camera angles they showed, like in the replay, were way better. They picked a really bad camera angle. It's like, oh, look, he suplexed him on the bed. That's what it looked like immediately to me. So, you know, I don't want him to get hurt. I don't want him to really suplex him on concrete or anything. I just wish they'd have shot a better camera angle to kind of ruin that for me. But that match was fine. I just didn't like it as much as others did. And I'm ready for Miz to be like in a title picture. He's too good to be doing this kind of stuff. He needs to be competing for the world title, in my opinion. Iconics win the Women's Tag Team Championship. Yes, love the Iconics. That was very enjoyable. So I was happy for them. And it looks like, we'll talk about more, but it looks like the women are going to go back and forth between brands. I guess we'll find out more. I think the Superstar Shakeup is in a week or two. So we'll find out more about that. Let's see. Kofi beats Daniel Bryan. That was an excellent match. Best match of the night. really, really happy for Kofi Kingston. Happy for the New Day. Glad that WWE had the courage to do that. I don't even know if it's courage. They did the right thing. Everybody wanted Kofi. Everybody got Kofi. It was a great match. I would love it if the New Day was going to defend the title under the Freebird rule, like they did the tag team title, where all of them could do it. I believe we're headed toward a New Day turn, where Big E and Xavier are going to turn on Kofi eventually. I think that's where we're headed, but we'll see. But it was a great match, and it was really cool to see him with his sons in the ring, you know, and see a real life moment. I enjoyed that. Samoa Joe squashes Mysterio. I think Ray got hurt in the build-up to this, so he couldn't wrestle very much. Do a good job. Samoa Joe's awesome. I loved Samoa Joe in TNA with he and AJ when they were there, so I hope they keep pumping him up because he needs to be a, you know, he's great as a U.S. title holder. That's good. Roman beats Drew. That was a terrible match. Crowd was flat. I don't like Roman Reigns matches. They're just very formulaic, and so I didn't really enjoy that very much. That was the worst match of the night to me. John Cena coming out and the Doctor of Thugonomics was awesome. That was my favorite thing that happened, even more than Hogan. And Cena is so funny to me. And he's pivoted where everybody boos him, and now he can't do anything wrong. So that was cool. Although Elias, does he ever wrestle? Ever? Like, he's been really hot for a while, but he's like Strowman. They don't know what to do with him, and they just keep giving him goofy stuff. Triple H beats Batista. We saw afterward that Batista retired. That's no surprise. The match was fine. It's what you think it's going to be. It got pretty intense at the end. The thing that disappointed me was they had Batista. When they had Batista, I'm like, well, surely they're going to do a tie-in with Endgame, do some cross-promotion. I mean, WrestleMania is a huge event. I know wrestling is very small compared to Avengers, but WrestleMania is a huge event. So I was really disappointed. I was like, Triple H surely is going to come out as Thanos, right? Some form of Thanos. They're going to talk to Disney. They're going to do a cross-promotion. Well, Thanos, he came out as Immortan Joe from Mad Max, which was cool, but I wanted some Thanos. Baron Corbin, who is awful, and he comes to the ring, looks like the server from Applebee's or maybe the floor manager from Applebee's, beats Angle. You knew Corbin was going to win, unfortunately, because it's Angle's last match, and that's what people do in their last match. They put somebody over. Nobody likes Baron Corbin, and it's not that they boo him because he's a good heel. They boo him because he stinks, and he's boring, and I just don't like him. I'm sure he's great as a human being. I mean, and obviously the WWE has a high opinion of him, but he's just boring on screen. Didn't like that. Finn came out as a demon. I am almost positive that he had Bowser on his back. I haven't looked it up. It sure looked like Bowser. Beat Lashley in a normal demon match for the IC title. Finn needs to be a World Championship level guy as well. I love Finn. He's one of my very, very favorites. And then Becky wins to unify the titles or to hold both the titles, but I think it's going to be unified. You know, there's conflicting reports whether that was a botch at the end. There are reports that say she was supposed to tap out Charlotte, and Ronda was supposed to not lose, and Becky would win that way. And the ref counted to 3 anyway. It was obvious, really badly obvious in the replay that neither of Ronda's shoulders were on the mat in the middle of that count. Something off happened. Whether it was, I don't think it was the intentional thing of, oh, there's controversy, Ronda gets a rematch, because I think Ronda's going away, at least for a while. Plus, we found out she broke her hand pretty badly, so she's going to be off TV for a while. Even if she wasn't going to leave to go, like she said she wanted to have kids and stuff like that, she's going to be off TV for a while because she has a broken hand. Thoughts on WrestleMania before I get into Raw? Is middle of the pack. We went to WrestleMania last year. That's the thumbnail you see. I thought last year's WrestleMania was better, but I was there, so I'm biased. You know, nothing was, like, if John Cena come out as Doctor of Thugonomics and then Hogan coming out were my 2 favorite moments, that's not good. But nothing was really terrible. It was just kind of meh. And I think that's a result of I had no expectations because they had lost me. They weren't telling good stories for me. They didn't resonate with me. And I really disliked the way they did the Becky, Ronda, Charlotte build. Like, they should have just left it Becky, Ronda, in my opinion. And it showed. That triple threat match wasn't as good as it could have been. And that's disappointing because they certainly deserved a main event, but I don't think it was a great, worthy of a WrestleMania main event. That performance, they were nervous, I think. But triple threat matches, multi-person matches aren't good. They're just not as good as one-on-one matches because they can't tell a story in the ring. So I had some disappointments with it, but it was fun. Drew and I had a good time watching it. So middle of the pack for me, maybe slightly above average. Now, Raw, I was convinced, Drew and I were talking, I was convinced that they were going to combine the world titles for the men and maybe combine the tag team titles for the men so that the women and the men, the tag team champions and the world champion, would go back and forth. They're about to come out on Fox when football season comes, on network TV is where SmackDown moves to, and they're going to want their top people on both shows. I just believe that. So when Raw started out and it was Kofi challenging Rollins to title versus title match, I was like, oh, there you go. That's what it's going to be. They're going to head that direction. I didn't think it happened immediately, but there it was. I'll come back to that at the end. The celebration from the New Day during that was just fantastic. Big E is the funniest thing on TV. He makes me laugh so hard. So just, if you haven't watched Raw, go watch all his dancing and foolishness and doing a split and the world. I love it. I love it so much. He's so funny. I'll just go through the same thing. Hawkins and Ryder kept their belts. Great. I was worried they'd lose it the next night like Zach did a couple years ago. You had Angle and Corbin stuff again, and Lars Sullivan came out and beat up Angle. I'm glad to see that because Lars had like a mental breakdown. He apparently has some social anxiety maybe or some mental health challenges. And he was supposed to debut months ago. I think he was supposed to wrestle Cena at WrestleMania originally, and he had some mental health challenges. So it's really nice to see him out there. He's good. You know, if you followed his career, he's really good. So nice to see him. Glad he's doing better. Another thing, glad to see Alexa Bliss in the ring. Regular match, beat Bayley pretty soundly. I was worried she was never going to wrestle again because she's had concussion issues, and it's just not wrestled in months, so that was good to see. The Lacey Evans-Becky thing, I mean, really? Like, Becky wins both titles and beats the two most athletic people in the company, and she's going to fight Lacey Evans? Well, Lacey Evans is fine, but I have no idea she should be a world title contender right away. You know, you had Dana Brooke talking about she wanted to fight for the world title. That's, I guess they have to have some cool down from the Charlotte Ronda stuff, so I'm just kind of uncertain about the path that's going. Tag team stuff, Ricochet and Aleister Black beat Bobby Roode and Gable. I don't care. I think all those tag teams that are like mishmash like that are going to get broken up in the Superstar Shake-Up, the draft, whatever it's called, in a couple weeks. Lashley beating up and laying out Dean Ambrose in his last match. I have held steady. I know a lot of people thought them announcing that he was going to leave was part of the story. I don't believe it was because they used his real name and they did it from their official Twitter arm. And I know that they will retweet story stuff from their Twitter arm, but using his real name, that could be seen as stock manipulation, I think. And they're a publicly traded company. So I think he's all been released. Now, I do think Roman and Seth have tried to talk him into staying, and maybe he considered it. But sure looks like he's gone. He's done all the things that you do on the way out. So I think today was supposed to be his last day. So I guess we will see if he's back or, you know. I believe he's going to fight Cody at Double or Nothing in AEW. I think that's what they're teasing. Mojo Rawley, I don't care. Sami Zayn returns. I love Sami Zayn. It was great to see him back. Good match with Finn. Probably the best match that was on the card. And then he does the heel promo and turns on everybody. Sami Zayn's great. He's great. He's great. He's great. He and Kevin Owens. Glad to have him back. Elias does this thing and the Undertaker comes out. Cool. Right. We get to see the Undertaker. It was weird that there was no mention of Undertaker at WrestleMania. He didn't wrestle at WrestleMania. He comes out. The crowd gets an Undertaker moment. That's wonderful. But again, Elias, nothing. He does nothing. He never wrestles, and he was really over, and now that's all he does is that kind of stuff. What are they doing? There was the promo with the Jack in the Box. That's got to be Bray Wyatt coming back, right? Got to be? I don't know. And then we get back. We have a good match with Kofi and Rollins, title for title. The stupid bar, which the bar's fine, but they interrupt it, and then you get a tag team match, and so it was a swerve, bro. Didn't love that. I wish they'd have just done the title for title. Maybe that's what's going to be at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, is they'll do the title for title matches. And maybe they'll announce that at the Superstar Shake-Up that they're going to unify some of the belts at Money in the Bank or whatever. Yeah. So, you know, the key question here is, did wrestling... I thought about canceling WWE Network after WrestleMania. So the key will be for me to see how SmackDown goes. They probably can get me through Money in the Bank, and I can decide. If they do something compelling, I'll keep it, because it's only $10 a month, not a big deal. But I've had it since the very first day, and I don't want to give them money just to give them money, because again, you vote with your dollar, and if they're not telling stories I'm interested in, I don't need to give them my money. So the Raw was pretty good. I mean, I kept it on the whole time. I was playing with figures, taking pictures. If you look at my Instagram last night, you'll see some of the pictures I was doing while it was on. But it kept my attention, and there were some things I liked, so I'm interested enough. We'll see how SmackDown goes. But anyway, that's your Daily Dub for today. As you're watching this, I'm probably on a plane, headed to Boston. Wish me luck. It's a big couple days for me. Just high-pressure, high-profile thing that we're working on this week, so wish me luck. And you'll get a trailer tomorrow, and it's a trailer for my trip to Mexico. That's what the next Dub Life is. I hope you'll enjoy that. And then I'll be back Thursday with another pre-recorded something. I might talk about SmackDown. I may talk about something else. Leave me a comment if there's something specific you'd like me to talk about Thursday. Until then, have a great week. Tomorrow's Hump Day. Hump Day. But today's Tuesday. Talk to you soon. Squeeze it.